talks about, which is huge. It was faith in action. She ended up having faith in action. So not just having the faith to do it, but then she actually did it as well. So there's a, faith in works, James 2:24. But Jesus highlighted faith here. And that's what unlocked the key. How often do we pray to God, but we really have no faith that it's going to be answered? It's like almost throwing like a penny into a wishing well. You're just hoping for it to happen, but do you actually believe it will? Well, that's the issue here, right? People don't have faith nowadays. When you pray to God, you should have faith that your prayer is going to be answered. And if you don't, St. James talks about that in his epistle, that, you're like a wave, going back and forth, and God doesn't honor that. So we need to have faith in our prayers. And even if it doesn't come to pass what we ask for, again, God will always answer our prayer in some way, shape, or form, even if it's not what we ourselves wanted. So with all that being the case, let's move on to verse 54. And this is again now Jesus, the daughter is now dead. Jairus' daughter is dead. And people are laughing at Jesus because he said that she's not dead, but sleeping. You can see that in verse 22, verse 53. But Jesus took her by the hand in verse 24 and cried out. So I imagine him saying this very loudly, "Maid, arise," which I would think means girl or child, arise in modern English. And verse 55 is important. It shows the reality of the spirit, because it says that her spirit returned and she arose immediately. So there's a lot here. Obviously, the parents were astonished, it says in verse 56. But what was the key? I think the key was faith, right? I think the key was faith. And both of these things were done in faith, because obviously if Jairus had no faith, he wouldn't have come to Jesus at all. And the woman, obviously with the issue of blood, had faith, or else she wouldn't have come to him at all. And it's amazing how the issue of her blood stopped, it said in verse 24, immediately. So both immediately is being used in both verse 50